Hey everyone, how's it going? It's been a little bit, hasn't it? I was just sitting here doing some things. I'm thinking about, refocusing my YouTube channel, doing some things differently, going back to streaming on Twitch, all that good stuff. But, sometimes things just happen and you have to respond. And, today is one of those days. Now, unfortunately, I did not plan on doing this video today, so I don't have any backup footage to play that pertains to this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play some footage of me playing Gunfire Reborn, which is actually a team that is, they're affected by what I'm about to talk about right now. So Unity released this long-ass tweet a little bit ago, basically saying that if you use their editor software, that they're going to start charging you money if you meet certain thresholds. It also says that this will not affect new developers, but it will affect developers who have already blown past the thresholds that they've lined out. And this is how the outline looks. Those who use Unity Personal and Unity Plus, if your game in the last 12 months makes $200,000 and has been installed 200,000 times, your game is now eligible. If you use Unity Pro and Unity Enterprise, that is bumped up to $1 million for each one respectively. We're not going to be talking about the Pro and the Enterprise users just because they make a lot of money and they are being charged less per game per new install. So I'm not saying that they are not important. They are very important. It sucks that this is happening at all, but they are not going to be as hurt as people who use the Personal and the Plus model of Unity. If I'm wrong about that, feel free to let me know. I do apologize if I am wrong about that, but I don't believe that they're going to be suffering that much as the ones who are on the lower tiers. The tweet goes on to say that this change will occur January 1st of 2024, and it's not a retroactive or perpetual change. So it's not like they're going to get charged for past downloads and not going to get charged every month for new downloads. That's what it sounds like, apparently. Still, why is this happening? It's greed. I mean, that's easy to see. It's greed. They see developers, small developers, mind you, blowing up using their engine on Steam and other platforms, and they're getting no money out of it. So this is their chance, right? This does not help anybody. It helps no one. It only benefits Unity, obviously. Anyways, despite this tweet and the FAQ they have, this still raised a lot of questions which they had to address in a new tweet. First thing they said was that more than 90% of the customers won't be affected by this change. So basically, 10% of the customers who currently develop games on Unity will be affected. Okay? And they went on to say that the fee is only for new installs that occur after January 1st of 2024. It is not perpetual. They will only pay once for an install, and it's not an ongoing license or like a royalty or anything like that. They then had to fucking define what an install was. Games that are reinstalled do not count. So gamers like me who may uninstall a game just because we don't have enough room or we don't need it on our system, we're not going to be inadvertently making these devs pay money. This also stops people who would abuse this. Let's just be honest. There are gamers who do not like certain games and would just abuse the fuck out of it. They're also going to work with them on fraudulent installs, which I'm not going to lie. I don't know what that is. What on earth is a fraudulent install? Trials, partial play demos, and automation installs will not count. However, early access games are not considered demos, so that will count. Web and streaming games do not count, which, I mean, if it did, the entire gaming world would blow up and Unity would cease to exist. Charity installs are not counted either, which, I mean, imagine getting charged for charity. No. I'm not even sure what the point of this was. If it only affects 10% of your customers, what's the point of even doing it? I mean, now all they've done is they've made developers mad. They don't trust them no more. And now they've made the fans of those developers angry because these developers now, most of them are stopping whatever they were working on in Unity and they are trying to find a new game engine to move their games over to, which means their entire staff now has to learn new skills. This is not helping anybody. And we're already seeing the massive backlash from this. Massive Monsters, Cult of the Lamb, they're deleting their game on January 1st. They are the first of many who are just going to delete their games and not deal with this at all. Then you have other developers who are announcing they're going to be delaying their games just because they have to find a new engine to work on because they have to move their current game over to something else. This news is so jarring that the developer of Slay the Spire, Megacrit, even had to say something. And they don't ever tweet anything aside from promotional stuff. I checked, the last thing they tweeted was on August 3rd, and then before that was April 21st. So they never speak up unless it's important. They said the Megacrit team has been hard at work these past 2+ years on a new game, but unlike with Slay the Spire, the engine that we have been developing it in is Unity. The retroactive pricing structure of runtime fees is not only harmful in a myriad of ways to developers, especially indies, it is also a violation of trust. We believe Unity is fully aware of this, seeing as they have gone so far as to remove their TOS from GitHub. Now, real quick, I will say that they mentioned the retroactive pricing structure. I believe Unity said that that was not the case, but now I don't know. I'm confused again. Despite the immense amount of time and effort our team has already poured into development on a new title, we will be migrating to a new engine unless the changes are completely reversed and TOS protections are put in place. We have never made a public statement before. That's how badly you fucked up. That alone was crazy. However, what AggroCrab had to say really put this into perspective. Today, Unity, the engine we use to make our games, announced that they will soon be taking a fee from developers for every copy of the game installed over a certain threshold, regardless of how that copy was obtained. Guess who has a somewhat highly anticipated game coming to Xbox Game Pass in 2024? That's right, it's us and a lot of other developers. That means another Crab's Treasure will be free to install for the 25 million Game Pass subscribers. If a fraction of those users download our game, Unity could take a fee that puts an enormous dent in our income and threatens the sustainability of our business. And that's before we even think about sales on other platforms or pirated installs of our game, or even multiple installs by the same user. This decision puts us and countless other studios in a position where we might not be able to justify using Unity for our future titles. If these changes aren't rolled back, we'll be heavily considering abandoning our wealth of Unity expertise we've accumulated over the years and starting from scratch in a new engine, which is really something we'd rather not do. On behalf of the dev community, we're calling on Unity to reverse the latest in a string of short-sighted decisions that seem to prioritize shareholders over their product's actual users. I fucking hate it here. I didn't even think about how Game Pass would affect a team like this. I mean, I'm one of the people that will see a new game hit Game Pass and install it and just wait to play it at a later time. So what's going to happen now with that? And good Lord, we're only talking about how it's going to affect people who are on Steam or on consoles. We're not even talking about what's going to happen to the mobile users. Good Lord, a lot of them are just single dev teams. What the hell's going to happen to them? My only hope right now is that big companies like Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo start to lean on Unity to make them reverse this decision, because this is stupid and it's going to hurt a lot of people. And that's all I've got to say about that. Despite how angry I was, this was a fun video for me to make. So if you enjoyed it yourself, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below with your thoughts, and hit that like button. It really helps me get the video out there. I'll see you guys in the next one.